Alright guys, today we are doing a 1 point perspective project here. Uh, 1 point perspective means we're all moving towards 1 point. Everything is showing distance, like it's closer and it's further away based on this 1 point. That's called the vanishing point. So let's get started with this project. This is mostly for those of you who either weren't here or those of you at home who weren't in the class during the live. So let's get started. First things first is we need to make a horizon line. A horizon line is a line that is where the sky meets the ground. So we're going to do a line across, not quite in the middle, maybe a little bit higher than the middle. We want more space on the bottom than on the top. So I'm going to go here, put my ruler down, hold 4, hold the 8, and go across just like that. I have a straight line going across. Now I'm actually going to use, I'm going to change my mind here. I'm going to use a Sharpie so that I don't have to show that step. But you guys will use pencil first and then trace with Sharpie. But I'm going to go ahead and use Sharpie from the beginning just to make this video a little bit shorter. And of course, this Sharpie's out of ink. Oh my goodness, all my Sharpies are out of ink. Let me get a better Sharpie. Try this again. Like so. Oh my goodness. One of these has to work, right? There we go. Always use your ruler though, guys. All right. So I have that. And then with your pencil, you want to do a vanishing point in the center here. 1 point here. And then you're going to do a point on the bottom corner and a point on the bottom corner here as well. Point here, point here, point here, making a triangle. We're going to make a triangle with the bottom of our page. My ruler touches this point and I touch this point as well. Then I'll draw a line from the vanishing point to the corner. This is your vanishing point. Very important part of your project today. Vanishing point to the bottom corner, and I'm going to go from here all the way down, like so. Now we have a triangle. This is going to be our road. Let's go on. Let's go to the top of our page. This is going to be our mountain area. We're going to start here at the vanishing point, and I'm going to make kind of a jagged line going up all the way here, like so. That's one part of our mountain. The next part of our mountain, we're going to start not here, a little bit higher. I'm going to start it right about here, and I'm going to take this all the way up. Another jagged line. It's supposed to be a mountain or a hill, so you can make that how you like. Leaves us a little sky area, and we're going to do a little a little curved line, part of a circle, and that's going to be our sun. Very nice, very nice. Let's go back down to our road in the bottom of our page. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the dashes on our street. Now using your pencil, this is going to be a guideline. So a guideline needs to be soft. So I'm going to start at the vanishing point, as always. And I'm going to do a line down the middle. It's going to be super soft because we're going to erase this later. We will erase that later. So, pencil, pencil, pencil. Now back with my Sharpie. Again, you guys are going to trace this later. I'm going to do a medium size rectangle, like so. Above that, I'm going to do another one. Try and keep it the same size. Make them kind of far apart. You don't want them to be too close together. All right. Now, as I go up, I'm gonna do some smaller rectangles here. I'm gonna make them even smaller. This time they're gonna be squares. Small squares. It's starting to get closer together too. Small, tiny circles almost. And then just dots. As I go down, I'm gonna make my rectangles bigger. They're gonna get longer and slightly bigger. Mostly longer, more than anything. And then this one doesn't even fit on the page. I'm gonna go off the page here. So you see the rectangles are big, medium, small, tiny, a dot. This shows us how things are going further and further away. So let's say you guys finish this step and you let your Sharpie dry, then you can go back in and erase the pencil marks in between. Probably should let it dry for a little longer. I should have waited a little bit longer, but it still worked. Good. Now we're going to add some trees. We want to add a tree that's far away and one that's close. So let's do the tree that's close first. I'm going to do my big tree on this side. The bigger items of this project need to be lower to the bottom. The smaller things are going to be up top, closer to the horizon line. So making a big tree, first thing we're going to do two nice big curved lines here on the bottom of our page. Then you want to do kind of like a popcorn or a cloud line going up, and this can go off the page. Imagine that you're still going here and then come back onto the page and finish that tree. For the most part, you're going to want to do it off the side of the page. Then add some V shapes, 1, 2, 3 there, and upside down V's down here, 1, 2, 3. Now we have one tree. That's close to us. We're gonna make another tree over here, close to the horizon line, and don't pass the horizon line. Remember, you can't pass this line, you can't pass this line. I'm gonna do two small curved lines, much smaller than this. Make my tree top. I'll probably just have room for 2 upside down V's and 2 regular V's. This tree is closer to us, this tree is further away. That's why this tree is bigger, this tree is smaller. So it looks like I have everything I need as far as drawing. Now the next step, guys, is you are going to add some more details. I'm not going to add details because I want to see your creativity. You can add different things. You could add animals. Somebody said to do a car, but I think it's a little bit too tricky. I would stay away from that because of the angle that we're going in. Maybe you could draw an animal. Maybe you could draw a bush, some bushes to the side. Maybe you could draw a different kind of tree. But whatever you do, you want to have one small item here because it's far away, and one item close. So something big and close, something small that's far away. You're gonna add at least 2 more things. You could do 2, you could even add up to 4 more things to add some detail to your picture. But I'm not gonna do that because I'm just showing you guys the project. But together, let's do this. Let's talk about how we're gonna color the things that are gonna be a little bit different. So I got my color pencils here. First things first, I want to color the sun. I'm going to show you how I do it and how I want you guys to do it here. Let's start with our orange. I have my orange color pencil, and I'm going to start coloring the sun. First step, we're going to color the outside of our sun here. Dark, nice and dark. Get a good, nice color on the outside of the sun. Like so. Then I'm gonna shade in a little bit lighter here. just a nice layer of orange going across here, like so. About that much orange. After the orange, I'm gonna switch to yellow. Now I'm gonna start shading in the next layer. I'm not gonna go all the way to the center because the center of my sun is actually gonna be white. Pressing pretty hard up here. I'm leaving this area white. There's a little bit of white in there, and you'll see it's gonna look interesting. So right now I can see a clear line where my orange turns to yellow. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna blend my yellow into my orange. Blend into the orange. And I can do the opposite. I can blend my orange down, pressing really soft into my yellow. Blending colors together is a really cool way to make it look like it's light. So just really soft. The closer I get to the bottom, the softer it gets. Then I can put a little bit more really soft yellow in here. I really want it to look almost white there, guys. And there you have a really, really cool look. My light turned off. Turn my light back on here. A really cool look for your sun. So that's how we want to shade our sun in. Let's do our sky. For the sky, we're gonna actually start with purple. Let me see if I can find our violet. There it is. So same idea. We're gonna start with a strip on top and make purple. I'm gonna do about 1 inch of purple here. The whole sky, I really don't wanna press anything too dark. I'm gonna keep everything pretty light. So I'm using my purple color pencil going all the way across here. And again, we're using color pencils, guys, not crayons for this. You could use crayons, but this effect is really much better when you use color pencil. So I'm pressing kind of a medium press. Got my purple. I'm gonna go down a little bit further actually, because it's getting close to being nighttime. So we want the purple to really show. Okay, purple. After purple comes red. So let's get my red color pencil. Yep, that's my red. Same idea. We're gonna color another strip with red here. I'm gonna go about that far. I'm gonna color our strips first, and then you're gonna see what I'm gonna do. We're gonna blend afterwards. So here's my red strip. Press medium hard, not too soft, not too hard. There's my red strip. After red is orange. I'll make a kind of a small orange strip. I don't want to go too close as I don't want to touch my orange to the orange here. We want orange to touch yellow and then yellow to touch the sun. About like that. I'm going to get a little closer. And then we're going to go with the yellow for the bottom. Fill up the rest of your space with yellow, because that's going to be like kind of the shine coming from the sun. So now we have strips. We have strips of color, but we want to blend those together. The yellow's gonna stay as is. We're not gonna do too much with the yellow. But we are gonna blend down with our orange, kind of like we did with the sun. So get my orange back and softly, softly start to blend in to the yellow. Add some yellow, some orange into your yellow, just small little strips here. Then I can blend my red down into my orange. Just really blending. You kind of don't want to see where the colors change. And then I'm gonna blend my purple down into my red. So put a little bit of purple into that red. See where the lines change and just blend them together. Like so. The more you blend, the better it looks. Careful with how hard you press. And there's my purple, red, orange, yellow. Bringing the orange into the yellow is what really makes a difference, guys. I think I can use some more of that too. Kind of outline the sun. What a huge difference. So I want you guys to do this effect for your sky. That's the one thing I definitely want you to do. As far as coloring everything else, I'm gonna leave it up to you. I do recommend for the mountains, I would do black. Press really hard close to here, because you'll notice that this is actually a shadow, and I could have done even more here. I think I will go back and color this a little bit darker, because all of this is in the shadows. My mountain could be definitely a lot darker. So black, a lot of black, and then in here you could even do some light gray, blend in some purple and some blues and some grays, etc. I'm gonna make this a little bit darker because you want the shadows to really show. And then down here, guys, you can color how you like. The street, here's my suggestion for the street. Let me show you this part. What I would do for the street is I would use my black, press really soft because you want a gray street. And we're gonna go all the way down here. Keep it gray. Keep your strokes going the direction of the street, all pointing to the horizon line. It's gonna be darker on the outside of the street because the sun is shining down the middle. I'm gonna get lighter and lighter as I go to the middle of the page. By the time I get to the middle of the page, it's gonna be super, super light, like hardly pressing the pencil down. So dark out here, dark on the outside of the street, and super light on the inside of the street. Let me try from the other side. Can y'all see that still? Yes, you can. Dark on the outside of the street. And then as you move in, you get lighter and lighter. This is gonna create another effect of light. And I'm gonna show you what, we're gonna do one more thing to this, just to make it look even cooler. Dark on the outside of the street, light on the inside. Ooh, I'm kind of rushing this. You guys should go a little slower. I'm rushing this to make the video not too long. I don't wanna make the video too long. You guys can finish that. But it's dark on the outside, light on the inside. Now watch what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna use my yellow, and I'm just gonna very lightly color in some sun rays here. Just light strokes coming from the center, because the sun is shining light on the street. And it's kind of bouncing off the street. Again, very, very light, guys. Maybe even a couple of orange strokes. Super light strokes there. Then, of course, you want to go in and color your yellow dashes down the center, just like so. At the end, guys, it should look something like this. Of course, you're going to have your details that you're going to color, and then you can finish your project. Don't forget, after you do your pencil marks, you are going to trace with Sharpie. So we started with pencil. I did Sharpie the whole time. Make sure before you color that you trace everything with Sharpie except for those guidelines. Well, guys, I cannot wait to see how you guys finish this project. Have fun with this. We'll see you later.